how to follow up with your leads. This is going to be a great video. Okay. So like right now, don't tune off. Hold up. You are probably losing a bunch of money because you don't have a lead problem. You have a follow-up problem. You're not following up with your people, right? And you're like, what the hell, AJ? What'd you write? Remember, I'm writing on my mouse for those of you guys that always understand that. So I'm always going to do a lot of abbreviations anyways, right? So I'm going to give you the step-by-step process on how I was able to go from 0 to 60K by following up with my leads, okay? How I was able to win Alex Hormozi School Games competition twice, and how I was able to help coaches go from 0 to 50K, even 90K, which is pretty crazy. Shout out to you, Robbie, right? And I helped, like, it's going to be amazing, right? So this is going to be the step-by-step process on how I follow my leads, okay? And how I teach my coaches. So you're welcome. So we're going to get right into it. But like always, if you want, well, actually, not like always, if you want a community where it has a bunch of more resource, a specific Instagram course on how to get clients from Instagram, check the link down below, completely for free. Anyways, let me move myself right here. Okay, so of course, we know there's a bunch of different stages when it comes to follow-up, right? In the sense of, like, you can have, like, let's say you send us a message to somebody. It was a cold message, for example, or let's just say it was a warm. But we'll start with a few, okay? Let's start with the most common, okay? So let's start with number one, okay? There, my mouse gone. Let's start with number one, okay? So I'm gonna put right here the abbreviation. They're an engaged lead, okay? What does that mean? Basically, they express interest in what you were selling. Like, let's say you made a poll on Instagram, could be a text or whatever it is, and they say, hey, I'm interested in working with you. Okay, cool. Then here's what we do, right? We ask a couple of questions, right? Now, I'm going to kind of just give you a little bit, right? Kind of what goes on behind the scenes, in the sense of, you're asking questions, you're chatting with people, right? But here, I will tell you this, and don't tune off. I'm literally going to give you so much value, so you better not leave, because actually, you know what? If you have no interest in making money, just, yeah, go ahead and go off. But the people that are saying and watching this video, like, enjoy, okay? Anyways. Okay, so questions, right? Maybe you're asking a couple questions, qualifying questions, right? Of course, we want to ask, I'm going to put the abbreviation, okay? Open-ended questions. Like, you don't want to always ask direct questions like, are you trying to lose weight, for example? Or are you trying to, overcome depression? Like, why? Like, how soon are you trying to, how soon are you trying to overcome depression? When did you start feeling this way? Like, now we're asking open-ended questions. Now, here's what happens a lot, okay? Let's say you're asking questions. Now you may be thinking, okay, AJ, how many questions should I ask? Okay, well, look, I can't give you a specific answer because you kind of have to trust your better judgment. But if I had to give you the bare minimum when someone expresses interest in what you're selling, I would say let's just go 5 questions, right? Just to keep it very simple, okay? Okay, 5 questions. Let me actually just spell this because it's going to bother me and I'm not going to know what I'm spelling. So minimum 5 questions, okay? Now you say, like, here's the thing though, right? When it says, like, you don't want to just say, like, people want to buy, but people don't want to be sold. Always remember that, okay? So the thing about it though is you don't want to just say, hey, you want to hop on a call to show you how I can help you? Like, I just kind of like, it just, to me, it kind of goes off sales thing. So what I would do is I literally would grab my phone if it's on Instagram or voice note, right? I would always do this, right? And I'm literally going to give you what I say, okay, to book calls, okay? I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to say something in the lines of, let's say I'm talking to a guy named John, whatever, right? Hey, John, look, I'm really enjoying this conversation. And look, John, I just want to be real with you, right? I would love to just hop on a call with you, just show you how I help people exactly like you, right? And just really help people exactly like you overcome this, right? Here's the thing, right? On the call, like, I'll just be of value to you as well. You can pick my brain, right? And like I said, I will show you how easy it is to work with us. If you would choose to let me help you, you wouldn't say us, but you would say me, but you get the point. But if it's something you do on the call or down the line, I'm not really sweating it as long as I get to meet you, provide value. Does tomorrow work? You see, obviously, like, I'm giving you kind of like a more like broad, but mine is more specific. But the point is that I kind of want to make it seem like, hey, you want to hop on this call just to chill, give you some value, and if you buy, you buy. If you don't, you don't. Which is true in a way, right? But yeah, you ask 5 questions, and then they say, yeah, I want to hop on a call, right? And then what's the next thing that happens? You drop your call link, right? Now this is where the fun begins, right? Let's just actually I know I spelled this wrong, so you can roast me in the comments if you want, right? I just don't want to erase it. You drop your calendar link. Now, here's what happens. They do this. And then they say, bye. They say life happens, it pulls them away. They don't reply, they don't book a call. We've all been there before. So how many times did you follow up with your lead? Well, I'm about to give you everything. And this may seem extreme. 7 times. Whoa, AJ. Now, of course, it's not all one day. You don't want to bet that, right? I usually do about a 24-hour period times 4. So I do 2 24. So I'll follow up with the next day, and then I'll do 348. right? But then I'm not just sending messages like, hey, are you still interested? I'm saying things like bump, right? I sent a lot of Pikachu GIFs. Maybe you've seen them, right? And then I will get them booked. I would say on average, it takes about 3 to 5. And of course, I'm gonna put the abbreviation for those of you guys that always know I'm on my mouse, the FU, which is the follow up. 3 to 5 follow ups to get them to book a call. Right now, if you may be thinking, "Oh my God, AJ, 7 times?" Yeah. And will you get negative responses sometimes? Yeah, it happens a lot. It does. Like, no, sorry. Let me rewind the exercise. It doesn't happen a lot, right? But it does happen. It's part of the process. It really, really is. Like you need to understand that when you're chatting with people, I'm gonna hit you right now where it hurts. Okay. Do you think that you are the only coach they're talking to? Do you think that? Yeah, it's my blah, blah. Bro, no, they're not. They're probably talking to you and a bunch of other coaches. So I guarantee you, if you're not following up with them, other people are. So, anyways, I follow up with them 7 times, 24 in a 24-hour period, and then 3 in a 48-hour period, right? And I'm sending bumps, I'm sending gifs. I'm like, hey, bro, like you see, I'm trying to be funny at the end of the day. Like for me, I want to make them laugh, right? Like I want to make them smile. I want to make them. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to do a laughing one. Let's do a little tear. You're like, hey, Jay, what the hell are you doing? I'm gonna go here, ha, 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 ha. Like crying tears of joy. Anyways, I'm trying to make them laugh. Okay, so the point is that you gotta follow up with them, right? Because a lot of times it's going to happen. It will happen. Like you gotta understand, especially if you're chatting with them on Instagram or text. Like sometimes people I got my phone, right? They'll look at it. I literally can see it through my lock screen, but I'm not opening it. And also to understand, guys, people, like, life happens. You really think they're like by their phone just waiting for your reply? That's not the way it works, right? So you got to follow up with them relentlessly. Now, like if you're like those people that I watch, it's like, well, I like to be sure that all the people that inquire with me are people that that are ready. But I don't want to follow up with your leads. Okay, I don't want to follow up. I want to be sure they're not. I want to be sure they're ready. Shut the hell up, like. Shut up. I'm sorry. You're like, AJ, what the hell happened to you? Like, no, like for real. Like when coaches are like, dude, like if you're not making like what gives you the right to have that thought? I want you to understand. Okay, I'm sorry. Even if this is like ads or whatever it is, what gives you the right to think that you shouldn't follow up with your leads? What gives you that right? Like you're probably not even making anywhere from like minimum. Like I would maybe like understand to a certain degree if you're minimum making like 50K per month, but really? Like, you don't have a lead problem. You probably just need to work the leads that you already have, like people that are already following, people that you already engage in conversations with. And I've been guilty of this too. Like, there's probably people in my free school community that has about 1,600 members actually 17, that I can go back and follow up with them, right? But I do a very, very good job. But that's besides the point. I want you to understand, like, it doesn't matter if they express interest in you, if they saw you do an ad, whatever it is. You need to follow up at least 7 times. And I give you all this because obviously there's different stages, but I wanted to give you if you want to see my cold outreach one, you can let me know in the bottom. But this is like more of it. They reach out to you. And this, by the way, too, it doesn't have to be just a message. It can be like you're already chatting, right? And it's like a warm lead you're already chatting with. And then you want to book a call with. It could be someone that saw you through an ad. Someone that you reached out to as a warm lead. Like this is all, by the way, warm. Like this isn't cold, okay? I want you to understand. But it's a whole different video, but I still would follow up with them all 7 times. So this is pretty much the process, right? I follow up, right? And then don't get me wrong, sometimes they book right away. They'll book right away, like one time. And then sometimes I say on average, take about 3 to 5 follow-ups. Yeah, it does. It happens. Life happens. People are leaving on red. People are working. People are busy. It is what it is. So follow up with your leads. That's literally what I would do. So just put it on a ball for you, okay? Ask questions, right? So they engage lead. You're chatting with them. Maybe like if you want a linear, like 5 questions, but it could be less. It could be more. It just depends. You gotta use your better judgment on that. Okay. Follow up with them. Be consistent with that. And then, ask open-ended questions, drop your calendar link, and book a call. And you can always do the BAM, try to book them. Hey, are you free tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Of course, if you know their time zone, right? And they say, yes, cool. They send you the information, you book it yourself. You can always do that, but you're still gonna need to follow up with them. It still is. My alarm went off. I get a lot of leads, and I still gotta follow up with them, right? I call them, all that stuff. That's a whole different video. So that's my follow-up process. This system alone has helped me win that school games competition twice. maybe make up the I don't know, and help me build everything right to where I'm at today, right? And my coach as well. So follow up, have fun, enjoy the process. And if you made it to the end, you're a real one. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to your boy. And what else can I say? Oh yeah, if you need help implementing any of this, there's another link as well for you to book call. Show you how we can get you 5 high-paying clients, guaranteed. Much love. Peace.